Now, you just bought the game Arc Raiders, you were looking forward to going on a run. Someone said to you, don't shoot, don't shoot. You said back to them in that automated voice, don't shoot, don't shoot. Okay. And then you get into the exfil, you start typing on those keys, you're about to get back to Speranza with that Venator level 4 and all that kitted loot, and then boom! You get headshot in the back. Literally shot, stabbed in the back by the person that you were supposed to be able to trust because it was a PvE game and it wasn't meant to be a PvP outcome. Well, guess what? Tough shit, because it's not just a PvE game. I get it. Embark said originally that it was meant to just be PvE and they weren't going to have PvP elements. But that is not the reality right now. And I'm not just trying to be harsh right here, because I'm telling you right now, I'm not a good PvP player. I'm not terrible, but I am maybe average or slightly above average at best. I wish I was better. But for me, I'm going to tell you, look, I do have bias making this video. I'm a lover of Arc Raiders. If you're someone that wants the raw Arc Raiders content, then you've come to the right place. So make sure you subscribe, like, hit comments, and do let me know in the comments whether you are a PvE only, a PvE and PvP, or just a PvP. And how do you think we can solve what is obviously right now a massive divide in the Arc Raiders community when it does come to PvP and PvE? It's creating a lot of issues on the Reddit, the Discord. A lot of people are very unhappy. And as much as I think that they should keep PvP in the game for sure, because I do think it's better as a whole for the game Arc Raiders as a business, franchise, whatever you like to call it, and its longevity and success, I do also think that those that do want the PvE only aspects to the game need to be respected. The voices need to be heard. And ultimately, I think that there's got to be a way that Embark and the community as a whole, because let's face it, we in the community help build this game. We need to work together, okay? It can't just be PvP versus PvE community forever. It's fine for a little bit to create a bit of nonsense and a bit of discussion, but we got to come to some kind of conclusion. And I guess that's why I just wanted to make this off-the-cuff video today to offer a little bit of my thoughts on the topic, perhaps what we could start off by maybe trying. So guys, again, another reason to hit the like button here, because I want to basically act as a funnel to try and get this message over to Embark. And again, comments, tell me guys, tell me, how do we solve the problem? Okay, how do we solve the problem and keep both modes in the game? And look, I think the first thing that we can probably look at doing is having player versus environment only servers, all right? Where you can go in and safely know that you can just jump into a PvE server with some buddies, fight some Arc, whatever you want to do, pull each other off, and I'm just kidding, you know, and not have to worry about getting shot in the back at the exfil zone, because I'm telling you right now, it's happened to me. I've done the don't shoot, don't shoot. I've been loaded, yeah? I've gone to exfil thinking I've had pretty good experiences before that, right? So I felt comfortable exfilling with like a whole big stash of loot on, I think, Damn Battlegrounds it was when I was in my early stages. And then, you know it, I got shot in the back. And emotionally, yeah, I was so angry. I was fuming. But, you know, I come from playing games like PUBG, Rust, Dota 2. So I'm used to the high effort, low reward, high dynamic environment when it does come to PvP. And it's just a part of the experience. It really, really is. And I gotta say, when it comes to PvP, that's why I like it, because it does offer a massive challenge that I don't personally get from PvE. PvE is for casual gamers, all right, that don't want to be challenged, in my opinion, or can't really deal with being challenged, because PvP, it is challenging. You got to face off against another human. Me as a 35-year-old man, for example, I'm no spring chicken. When I go up against 14, 15, 16-year-old players who've got the perfect setups, you know, the gaming mouses and everything like that. I'm not saying I don't have a gaming mouse, but the reaction time, the speed, they're going to be a lot more profound in those younger generations, okay? So I'm going to get outwitted, outsmarted, outclicked, right? With whatever gun I'm using, if it's the kettle or whatever it is, I'm going to get outplayed, all right? It's as simple as that. But that's a part of it. That's real life. In real life, you get hit again and again and again, and you got to keep getting up. And I myself am personally okay. That's why I game. I game to be challenged. I game to put in that high effort, low reward. It's as simple as that, because I get more satisfaction out of it, personally, when I get those wins. When I get a really good extract, when I've just killed someone who tried to kill me on the extract, I'm like, damn, I worked hard for that loot. I love that. That is way more satisfying for me personally than learning the movement of a wasp or a hornet and just kind of like, do you know what I mean? Oh yeah, there's a bastion there, but it's not going to get me so long as I hide behind this wall. I can just hide behind the wall and the bastion won't get me. I can't do that in PvP. I can hide behind a wall. I might be okay for a minute, but I know that M fucker is going to come and probably come and shoot me down if I don't strategically work out how to take him or her out in any given moment. All right. So again, that's the way psychologically that I see it, but I'm fully aware, like I said, PvE is only PvE. If you're a PvE only player, I meant to say, sorry, then you want to come on for a casual experience. You don't want that high stress. You don't want to worry about getting shot in the back. You just want to build up your loot stash. That's totally fine. That's totally valid. All right. It's totally valid. But in my opinion, it's just not going to be the kind of game. It's going to lower the chances of that game turning into a viral game that has the longevity like a Dota, a Rust, a PUBG, right? These kinds of games, Counter-Strike, Battlefield, Call of Duty. It's not going to be a game that's going to be around for very long, in my opinion, because people are going to get sick of that. I can tell you right now, PvP players, they're going to get sick of it. They're going to leave to a PvP extraction game if Arc Raiders was to become PvE only. So again, that's why they got to split the servers up. And just a quick additional point on the cheating. Look, I love the fact that Embark try to analyze when someone does cheat, and if you are killed in a run where they establish someone is cheating, the person who killed you, they do actually give your items back. That's actually happened to me probably like half a dozen times at least, maybe even more, maybe even like 7 or 8 times, where I've got some pretty good items returned to me, and I'm like, oh, that's a nice little surprise. So look, so long as, because yeah, that's a massive issue, the cheating, all right, and the abuse of glitches and stuff like that. They got to put in real, firm, but fair punishments when it does come to the cheating to give that PvP a better look. Because yeah, that's not a good look at all for the PvP argument when you've got people that can easily cheat. But don't just look at Arc Raiders and go, oh, it's a big problem with Arc Raiders. Cheating exists over all of these different games, okay? Whether it's PUBG, Rust, Dota, or just any of these games, right? Call of Duty. Cheating does exist in a PvP environment. It's as simple as that. But it's how the developers deal with it and handle it, okay? And if they are continuously working towards improving how they're dealing with it to make it fair for every single player who plays the game, then for me, that is enough. So yeah, folks, this video, it's just to kind of get this off my chest. I think there needs to be a solution to both sides. I told you what it was. I'm here for the PvE and the PvP. This has just been my brutal, honest thoughts about the environment right now and how it's all divided. But again, if you enjoyed the video, these raw, honest breakdowns, hit the like button, subscribe for more of them. Do turn on notifications so you don't miss them. And let me know in the comments, how do we solve the PvP and PvE divide right now on Arc Raiders so we can keep the ecosystem of Arc Raiders moving forward in a healthy manner? I'd like to hear from you. We'll catch you next time.